Stop scrolling for a sec. You've seen the DoorDash ads promising you can be your own boss, and the flexibility is a major draw for millions of people who deliver for DoorDash. But why doesn't anyone tell you the real about being a DoorDash driver? However, it's crucial to understand what the commercials really skip. The platform's pay can be unpredictable, with earnings that vary widely based off of your location, the time of day, and the customer tips. Stick around for a couple minutes and you'll get the unfiltered breakdown of the pros and cons so you can decide if the DoorDash side gig is really worth your time and your gas and the wear and tear on your car. Okay, so this is the stuff that they really don't mention and the real behind being a DoorDash driver. So we're going to talk about the cons first. First, there is some downtime if you are not in the tier program or even a platinum driver. If you're not in a tier, it could mean waiting for a while in between orders. And the thing is, with DoorDash, obviously you don't get paid when you're sitting around. So then you have to make decisions when orders come in. Do I take it? Do I not take it? It might not be the best order that you want to take, but it's still money to be made. So then you have decisions to make, and they make it sound so easy, right? I take an order, I pick up, I drop off, but they don't talk about you sitting in your car, waiting for an order, and the decisions you have to make as a dasher. Okay, number 2, the app glitches. I'll say a little bit. Okay, lately it's been glitching a lot. Anytime DoorDash does a major update, like they just updated their home screen as of the taping of this video, and because of that, because they're rolling it out to lots of dashers at the same time, the app glitches to the point where you might be in the middle of the order and you might not be able to complete the order, and then you try to call support, but everybody is trying to call support, trying to close out the same order you're trying to close out, and it becomes a frustrating mess. And on top of that, sometimes it prevents you from working. If you're scheduled to dash and you're like, yes, I'm going to go out and make some money tonight, but what happens if you can't get onto the app because the app is down? These are all things you have to think about when you work the DoorDash app. But what's your backup plan? My plan is don't just have DoorDash sign up. If you're going to sign up for DoorDash, sign up for other apps as well, so you're not relying just on one app. Okay, number 3, your car is your partner, right? Who never chips in for gas. It's like having a sidekick, and then you're the one who takes care of the bill every single time. It is your responsibility to pay for the gas. And guess what? Those gas bills eat into your profits. So if you are doing this, if you have like a full free day and you're like, yes, I'm going to work 8 hours straight. Well, great. How much gas are you going to burn in that 8 hours? So take that and then subtract it from whatever you made from that day. So you really didn't make your total that you think is on your screen. There definitely is a lot of expenses when it comes to doing this. Taxes can be a little tricky when it comes to being an independent contractor. We are 1099 contractors, so DoorDash doesn't withhold a dime of taxes. So make sure that you're tracking your miles, your expenses, so there's no big surprises when it comes to tax time. They say that you can work whenever you want. It's flexible. You can come and go. Well, technically that's true, but that's not reality. DoorDash, if you're not a platinum dasher, requires you to schedule the time that you want to work the DoorDash platform. If you don't get that in 7 days in advance, there is a chance, based off of your market, that it won't be available. So as soon as the schedule comes out, whatever time that is for your tier or no tier, make sure you hop on those schedules, because if not, you're not going to be able to work. They say that you can dash now if your map is pink or red and it says that it's busy. Well, great. One thing they don't tell you is usually you can only dash for a half hour at a time, maybe. And the chances of a map actually being pink, it's very slim based off of your market. Okay, next thing. Every market is different and every day is different. You can't rely on making a certain amount of money every single day you work the DoorDash app. You make as a part-timer, you might make $25 one night, you might make $60 the next night. It's so up and down. And it really is dependent on your market. And if it's oversaturated with drivers, there's so many different variables. But it's really critical to know that don't rely on the money being consistent, because you never know if it's going to be a good shift or a bad shift and how much you're truly going to make. Okay, lastly, safety is real. There is a lot of risk in doing this. You put yourself in a higher risk of car accidents, but not only that, but you really have to pay attention to your surroundings and know what you're doing at all times, just based off of especially if you're working at night. People don't put on their porch lights on. You never know who you're delivering to. GPS might fail you a couple of times before you actually get it right. And these are the things that they really don't tell you about. There's also a safety risk when you're going to someone's house, they don't have the lights on, and you might trip and fall, so you might hurt yourself. So these are all things to factor in that they really don't go over with you, but the threat definitely is real. So let's talk pros. I'm going to contradict myself a little bit because I did talk about flexibility, not so much because you have to schedule. However, there is flexibility in the meaning of you can control your work-life balance however you want to. Last week I completely killed my day, but I was able to go at night and spend time with the family, which to me is definitely a plus. Any time that I can be less out on the road and more time with my family, to me, that's definitely a win. Next, it's fast money. When everything is right, you can have some really great days and you think DoorDash is the best thing ever and you can crush it. And if you're an experienced driver and you become an experienced driver, you could make the higher dollar amounts, the $25 an hour, the $30 an hour, but you have to put the work in order to achieve those goals. So as long as you're willing to take orders, there definitely is money to be made. Next, I really love instant cash out. I think it's one of the best features any app really has, but I like that as soon as I end my dash, especially if you have the Crimson card, it literally end dash, the money's right there on your Crimson card for you to see and physically have. So if you have a bill coming up and you need extra money to pay that bill, guess what? You have it at the end of your shift. And lastly, this is actually kind of fun, but it's so true. Especially if you do shop and pays, man, you get some muscle workout, but you also get in your cardio for the day. I can't tell you how many times and how many steps you get in per day. I always say that DoorDash is my own personal gym. I don't need to go to a gym when I actually go and work DoorDash, because I feel like I actually get a workout every single day and it actually keeps me fit. But that's kind of the fun part about what we do. But all jokes put aside, you can make money on DoorDash. It might not be what you want to make on some days. It might be more than what you want to make on some days. But the unpredictability really makes the app have pros and cons to working it, but they never tell you this. That's kind of the key. Okay, so here are some beginner hacks that can honestly save your sanity. And if you're an experienced driver, let me know some of the hacks that you would like to know as a new driver as well. First of all, track your miles from day one, so that way when it comes to tax times, there are no surprises whatsoever. If I was doing this part-time, honestly, I would make a decision right off the bat if I would want to be in a tier program or not in a tier program. And if you're not in the tier program, it's okay to decline and take the best orders for you. If you want to be in the tier program and reap the benefits of it, then you know what? Work the app, take orders, and kind of see where it brings you. Next, multi-app. I said this earlier, but don't just work one app. Sign up for as many apps as are available in your area. The more apps you have, the more opportunities you have, and you're not just relying on one app. I say DoorDash goes down. Sometimes it's glitchy. You know what? By having another app, you can keep making money and not have to worry about when things go wrong. So here's the thing. Should you even bother with DoorDash? Yes, I mean, it's a really good side hustle if that's what you're looking to do. I do this full time and I've been doing it for over 7 years now. You know, there is a level of flexibility, even though you have to schedule. It is side cash that you get out instantly. You know, there is variable pay that definitely is real. There are fuel costs, and it takes away from some of your profits. But to me, having that instant cash that you can actually feel and obtain and not have to wait weekly like a paycheck, to me, that's what does it for me. So let me know, experienced dashers out there, do you think DoorDash is worth it? If you had to do this all over again, would you sign up for DoorDash, or would you just skip the process and go, nah, not even worth it anymore? Let me know any hacks that you might have for new drivers as well, or any pros and cons you think there is to working the DoorDash app. You know, another thing that they don't tell you about working the DoorDash app, there are some customers that scam the system and can scam you as a dasher. Well, I just got scammed the other day, and you're going to want to check this video out next, and I'll see you over there.